Disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only. It demonstrates attacks to raise awareness of security vulnerabilities and teach ethical hacking practices. Important. Always use these techniques responsibly and legally with the explicit permission of the system owner. Unauthorized hacking or malicious use is illegal and punishable by law. Goal. To educate individuals on improving cybersecurity measures by understanding potential attack methods.
During this lab, we are going to see how brute force attack is able to guess passwords for our users to successfully log in with a specific username and password. So it's a hacking method that uses trial and error to crack passwords. It's a simple gaining unauthorized access to individuals' accounts and organization systems and networks. Always you will find this kind of attacks by trying a list of passwords for your web application. This list of passwords is just like a text file. It's arranged in a way or another, or for example, it could be established using a dictionary tool or trained using a machine learning algorithm for teaching it how people can enter their passwords. Very large list of passwords to be tried on your web application. So if you permit such attacks, surely your attacker will be able to get the passwords of your users. So during this lab, we will try two main methods of launching this type of attack and see the results. Firstly, we are going to try Hydra, Kali Linux, that we can use through a terminal to try a list of passwords against the login page of your web application. In that case, for the first time and with ASM applied to our web application, traffic will be blocked. Not because of the brute force protection signatures that can detect Hydra too. So again, we didn't enforce any brute force attack protection in our web application policy of ASM module. It's just like we are using Hydra, and Hydra is a Kali Linux based tool that has a specific attack signature inside our signature sets, so could be detected using the negative security model, and then the trial from this tool will be blocked to our web application. But what if we tried something else rather than the tools related to attack signatures of ASM module? We will try, for example, to use the normal purpose proxy as we used it before in the last session of session tracking. We are going to use that because it's a normal tool, proxy server, that could be used to interrupt the traffic, to do some actions on it, and then resend the traffic again to the web application. So what if we use this tool? So as you see, the attack launched successfully, and ASM considered it as a legitimate traffic. As you see here, we are going to use something called intruder here. Then here on ASM module, we can see that it's successfully sent to the web application and everything goes fine. So for this reason, we need to apply the brute force attack protection feature of ASM module. So how can we apply the brute force attack mechanism of ASM? Firstly, we need to define the login page as we did before. So we need to apply the login enforcement. After we create our login page, then we can create our options for brute force protection. They are completely easy. We have spoken about this in the section of object securing, so we will not repeat this again. Only we need to practice this using Kali Linux. The first thing that we need to try is simply we need to try Hydra tool. Hydra tool is able to try text file for a specific user on a scope application. Then it can tell you that there is a password here is right. You can use it for your login process. We need to see how the negative security model and also bot defense is able to protect me using these tools. Okay, so firstly, we need to make sure that our security policy is applied, and then we need to try this tool using Kali Linux. Okay, so the format of Hydra is quite simple. The first thing, I tell the keyword of Hydra, then I put the destination IP address of our web application, which is native Palo Alto IP. Then what's the username that you need to test this text file for? It's guest33. Tell me the file that you want to try on this username, so it's gug.txt. Okay, and what's the method of putting this password to your web application? It's post, of course. And here you need to tell it about the URL of the login page, so it's userlogin.php. The username parameter name is username, the password name is password, and the action is login. And here it's the method of telling Hydra that if the password didn't work, you will see this message, login incorrect. Okay, you will not see this message. To be able to see the correct password from Hydra, to be able to enter it, to make it easy for Hydra to know who is right for this username. Click enter now. You will find that there is a problem in Hydra working. It will tell you that all passwords here are right. So this is of course wrong. So 5 valid passwords. No, there must be only one password must be right for me to be tried. So it tells you that there are 5 valid passwords found. So it tells you that there is a problem in working here for Hydra. Why is this? It's because the negative security model blocked Hydra from its activity and it corrupted it. Let's verify this. I will open F5 event logs here. So let's back here to event logs, application and requests. You will find that each trial from Hydra against the user login page is blocked. Why it's blocked? Because it's a vulnerability scan or HTTP parser attack, and 5ASM module knows well that it's Hydra. Okay, so every single request from this tool is blocked, as you see here. Each trial from Hydra is blocked against our login page. Very good. What if we used purpose instead of Hydra? Okay, so this is a malicious tool. ASM module knows exactly that this is a malicious tool and used by penetration testers or attackers to launch brute force attack against our web application. What if we use a normal proxy tool like purpose? So for example, I will open here our web browser, and also I will open purpose, which is a proxy for our internet traffic. Okay, so here's our client trying to log in or trying to use this login page, which is login.php. Okay, so I will enable my proxy here. Then I will try the same traffic one more time. I click refresh. Then here's our page related to login page, okay, which is user login.php. I will send this request to something called intruder, which is considered a simple brute force attack simulator that you can use to test your web application. So I will click send to intruder, and I will go to intruder. Then here, this is our target attack, and this is the port that you will use to launch your attack. Here on positions, this is the place that you want to tell your intruder what is the part that you want to start your brute force attack. Okay, so because I didn't enter the username and password, I didn't find the places here. So I need to get back here. I don't want to enable intruder here. Let me close this one also. Let me get back to proxy. Let me forward this one firstly. And then let's get back to this page. I will try to log in. So the first thing that you need to do to send the traffic or send the parameters to your proxy is to try to log in, to identify those parameters. So I will type here guest 33. Let me try the password here. Submit query. Okay, so this is the request. Okay, that's fine. So I have here our parameters. I will send this request to intruder one more time. Go to intruder. This is our attack target. Go to positions. And then here we can identify the parts that we need to apply brute force attack on them. So I will not apply anything related to cookie. So I will identify all the cookie and click clear to clear all things related to the cookie. And also for the username, I won't try anything on the username because it's constant for me. So I will identify the username and click clear. For the action, also I will not try anything against action. Click clear. Only the password is the variable that I will try brute force for. So I will try the first one, the second one, the third one using the text file that we will upload to Pursuit. So let's access payloads here. Then we need to identify the payload that will be tested against this login page, which is our file, text file that contains passwords that could be launched against our web. Load here. Then let's choose gog.txt. Click open against our web application. Don't do anything else. We can start our attack. Before we do so, make sure that I didn't apply brute force section in our policy. So let's open application and then brute force attack prevention. Okay, let me delete this user login PHP because this was a trial for me to stop brute force attack. So I will delete it completely. Also, I need to disable the brute force attack prevention on the level of the default brute force configuration, simply because by default it's applied on all the predefined or defined login URLs that don't have brute force configuration of their own. So I will click on default here, and then I will disable the brute force protection from here. After doing so, I will apply the policy, and then I will try to test attack from Kali Linux using Pursuit as we said before. So I'll try to ask for PHP action. Then our proxy is working here. This is our request. Let's click forward to start accepting the first request here. Click forward one more time. This is our PHP action, and this is the login page. So we need here to enter the username and password. This is the first one. So here we needed to enter the username and then our password. Start having these parameters into our proxy Pursuit to start applying our brute force attack as we are going to see. So the username is guest33 and then I type my password. I will click submit the query. Let's go to our Pursuit here. This is our Pursuit. As you see here, this is our request, and these are the main parameters that we will apply our operations on related to brute force attack. Right click on this request and then I will send it to the intruder. So intruder is a simulation for brute force attack by sending multiple requests trying a specific text file containing passwords for a specific user. I will click send to intruder. This is our intruder here. The first thing it tells you that your target is this host and port 80. Okay, that's good. Go to positions. Positions is simply telling you that what are the main components you need to apply your text file on. I have some passwords, right? So I need to try these passwords inside a text file on this field. Password equal admin. This is the field that I want to try my text file on. So the rest of all these parts will be cleared. So I will identify the first part of the cookie. I will not do anything on the cookie. So I will clear the variable sign here, and also for the username it will be constant guest33. So clear from here also, and also the action I will clear from here also. So I have only password as variable, and I will try on this field only. Let's go to payload here to start giving our text file. I will click on load here under payload options. Then I will choose my file. This is the password that will work against our user guest33, and directly I will click on start attack. So it will try all the possible passwords as you see here. I think you know that the status of this password 123456 is 300.012. And in the previous labs, we have tried this when we were doing the login enforcement to choose the status code to be redirection, because it will redirect the login user to a page which is called user menu, means it's successfully authenticated. We have another way for verifying that this password is working correctly, simply by clicking on the request, and then there is a part here called response, and there is a tab here called render. Render simply shows you the result in GUI. So it shows you the page that will appear after the Pursuit tried this username and password. So as you see, after trying this password, it gives him login incorrect. So this password is wrong. Let's see the next one. It will also give him the same page as you see here, and the next one the same page as you see here. But if we click on this password, you will not find the render, simply because there is a redirection. A redirection means the username and password is authenticated successfully, and this is our response here. So 3012 found means there is no render, and also the user is authenticated successfully. So this means our brute force attack worked fine, and we have this password as fine with us to be tried. Okay, so let's apply the protection components against these types of attacks. Here we can apply directly the default or create a new one. So I will create a new brute force configuration profile. So what is the login page? I will choose my login page to be, okay, if we need to create one, I don't want to create one. I have my login page. It's user login page PHP. And here I need to apply the leak credential detection. And also here I will keep everything as a default. And here you can choose the method for detecting the client trying to make a brute force attack. I will keep everything as a default. Maybe I can also choose the device I need to be after 3 trials, generate alarm and captcha, and then I will click create. Let's try our attack one more time after we apply our policy. Okay, we are going to do the same thing here. Let's close this attack and retry our attack one more time and see.